All right, by definition, a comfort zone should be comfortable, but I am going to try to argue that in today's episode. A comfort zone does not mean it is comfortable, it means it's familiar.
Your keystone habit is the thing that holds everything together, and it might be different than you originally thought.
Next Level Nation, today, for episode number 2199, comfort zone doesn't mean it's comfortable. Hear me out. I know what you're thinking. Kev, it's called a comfort zone. I know. I understand. I had a coaching call today with one of my favorite clients of all time. Just a great human. I said, hey, can I ask you something that's going to be a little offensive today? And she said, nice. she literally just like says, yep, come on, bring it on.
Every good conversation starts like that.
I said, is there anywhere in your life right now you're living up to your standards? Because she said she wasn't living up to her standards in a couple. Mm-hmm. And she was like, fuck no. No, I'm not living up to my standards anywhere.
This is it right here. I love this.
He loves it. He says,
that's how I feel.
Bring the pain. Yeah, you guys are similar. And I said, from my perspective, this is the client who called me the king of listening or something. I just listen. And then I try to interject.
At that, for sure.
I appreciate that. I've honed that skill over thousands of years behind the scenes with you, just listening.
Thousands of years?
Thousands of years. Since the beginning of time. Since the beginning
Which was apparently 1,000 years ago.
Well, my time. This time. Our time. I'm in a weird freaking mood. I'm sorry.
1,000 hours. We can call it 1,000 hours. You can't call it 1,000 years ago.
I'm going to say 1,000 years ago. I said, from my perspective, I have a very similar pattern to what you have. I get overwhelmed. I get burnt out. I feel a massive need for comfort. And then I convince myself that the gym is not my comfort zone. Then I don't go to the gym. I fucking hate myself. I start to resent the business and everything goes off the rails. And then I go to Alan and saying, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then he's like, when's the last time you put yourself first? It's like, months, probably. Let's do that. And then boom, I go to the gym and I'm back at it. And I said the same thing to her. I said, I feel like there are things that you have convinced yourself are not in your comfort zone where you actually can go to get nourished and you can go and pour into yourself, but you're avoiding them and you're doing other destructive behaviors. That is my thesis in today's episode.
All of us have a certain keystone habit that we need more than other things to keep our self-esteem high. That client, I feel the way she feels often of, do you feel like you're living up to your standards in anything? Now, I need to hold both sides of this. Absolutely not. I am not living up to my own standards in almost anything. However, that does not mean I'm not doing a great job. So it's a duality. We've talked about this in the past. The higher your self-belief is in a given area, the higher your goals will be in said area. The higher your goals are in said area, the higher your standards will be. That person probably has really high goals in a couple areas, right? Several areas.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. She has very high standards in those areas because of those high goals. Mm-hmm. The present self is never hitting the standard. Never. If that's the case, your goals should be higher. Unless you're wired like Kevin, we'll talk about that. Some people need to have a standard that's here and then exceed it in order to feel good about themselves. Other people should not be exceeding their own standards. Otherwise, they're going to get cocky, potentially, and they won't maximize their potential. So aim too high, you get humble pie. That's me. Aim too low and you won't grow. That's Kev. That's home. I tend to aim too high and get humble pie constantly, and it keeps me maybe lower self-esteem than I need or would be optimal. Kev aims too low and he doesn't grow. Now, I realize that that's not the case with this one situation. So for you, there's a couple things you tie your self-esteem to. Number one, if you are in the gym and doing a good job in the gym and bodybuilding in your own unique flavor of that, your self-esteem, that's number one. That's the gas station for you.
I would say so, yeah.
When that's not happening, it's very hard for you to feel good about yourself. Mm-hmm. Number two is revenue. Mm-hmm. when you're making good money and earning good money, Kevin is, if he's earning good money and getting jacked as simplest possible form and in great shape, he's 10 out of 10. The third one would be your relationship with Taryn. If those three things are green and growing, you are the most fulfilled, highest self-esteem version of yourself. Quite frankly, working with you for 8 years, when you aren't training and money is not going up, you are harder to work with because you're more insecure, and I can't be as insane. Awesome. When Kevin has more than enough money in the bank, his relationship with Taryn's great, and he's going to the gym consistently, I can be as insane as I want.
I don't care about
Let's
much.
Fucking go, baby.
Yeah, I don't care about much.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's all good. But when you're scarce, it's hard for me to break eggs.
Well, because it already feels like there's so many broken eggs.
Mm-hmm. I'm not making it wrong.
No, I know.
Someone's gotta.
I'm just explaining. It's. How do you know? One of the other things too, and this is under the current. Nobody would know about this if I didn't say it. Getting up early has a direct correlation with how I feel about myself.
Yeah,
I can't even fathom sleeping in. It bothers me to my core. It like physically upsets. I'm not interested. I don't care. I want to get up. And how much of that is just a trauma response of every job I've had, for the most part, I had to be up and on time, and almost every single, I got up at 4:45 every single day to go to one of my jobs for years. And I never hit the snooze once. It's just, that was it. You get up at 4:45 and you go no matter what. Doesn't matter.
Didn't your mom not miss a day at work for like
decades?
That's it, man. It's awesome.
But how much of that is a trauma response?
Some of it's conditioning.
Right?
People always use conditioning like it's a bad thing. What do you think strength and conditioning is?
That's true.
I was at the gym earlier, and I was doing certain exercises I've been doing for the last few years, and I'm really good at them. Of course I am.
Yeah.
I've been doing them for years. Strength and conditioning is you're conditioning yourself. Training, boot camp, military, the whole nine is all you're conditioning yourself. So you are conditioned to wake up early. Now, that has pros and cons. This is a whole nother conversation. You are conditioned to wake up early and be on time. You not being on time and not waking up early is very hard for you. Those two things are easy for me.
It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
I have no problem sleeping in, and I have no problem not being on time. But dude, I have certain conditioning that I cannot not exercise. You have no problem not exercising. No problem. I know that seems counterintuitive, but like you can take a day off.
Yeah, 100%.
Not me. That ain't me.
100%.
I don't like to miss. So I think the only real answer here is condition yourself and don't let the world condition you.
When does it become unconstructive, destructive?
Depends on your goals. It completely depends, brother. If your goal is longevity, never sleeping in is detrimental. If your goal is being as productive as possible in the short term, then it's very productive.
It's somewhere in between. It's not longevity to the degree yours is, but I can't imagine.
God, this is why goals are so important.
Your lifestyle gives me anxiety.
Yours does.
You are. You are.
It makes, well, dude, this is the thing too. We're all wired a certain way. And this podcast is designed to help you wire yourself. If you wanted to rewire that, you could. Just like I could rewire being on time every time, no matter what. Like, it's not... There's pros and cons to everything. If I have 5 minutes that... Let's say I could be on time with Kev for this recording, or I have 5 minutes to finish a task that I was already immersed in, I'll finish the task because Kevin and I have already talked about it. And that's why I have a 5-minute buffer with all my clients, because I don't want to have to be perfect because I'm always building something. But to get back to the original point, we all have a keystone habit that's good for our self-esteem. I would say if you take nothing else out of this episode, ask yourself, what are the top 3 things that build my self-esteem the most? For me, it's definitely fitness. If my relationship with Emilia is not 10 out of 10, I always struggle. And number 3's gotta be productivity. Like when I'm not productive, dude, I hate it. I hate it. I just know I'm not putting it all on the court, man. You know, you are so good at chilling. I don't want to get good at that. I'm not trying to be mean. You're really good at shutting it off.
It's my natural. That's what I try to tell people all the time. They're like, you're such a high achiever. It's like, that, yet by practice, not naturally. You think I don't want to work right now? Are you kidding me? Like, it's 6:40. I want to be hanging out. Of course. Who doesn't? I don't. I know you don't, right? And I know
I have to force it.
I know many of you out there probably don't either. But like, I just think I don't know. I just think it's important because it would be so easy for me to say, yeah, you know what? I wake up, fucking mission gets me out of bed, man. I couldn't even stay in bed if I wanted. Like, no, I want to stay in bed. I do. This morning, great example. Great example. Alarm clock goes off 6. What do? I don't want to get up. I'm sleeping. Mm-hmm. And then it's Monday. I have 7 back-to-back calls. I have a bunch of shit that has to get done that hasn't gotten done. I should skip the gym. Didn't skip the gym. I went. Got up, went. Tomorrow, real quick. Tomorrow, bunch of stuff I couldn't get done today. I got to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow in order to get the stuff done that I need to get done, and I might not even be able to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. But that it is what it is. That is what it is. At least that's what it feels like.
Syntax. We didn't intend on this, but I think it's important. Some people have to work hard to turn it on, and some people have to work hard to turn it off. I've never seen you're on one end or the other. Emilia and I had to set a timer last night, I'm not joking, to force ourselves to do what we call intentional recovery. I set a fucking timer for 90 minutes, and I said, we cannot leave this couch for 90 minutes. Because we are so productive on Sundays, dude. We got so much done yesterday. But if I don't shut it down, and she doesn't shut it down, the week is going to struggle because we're going to burn out.
Which end would you rather be on?
Mine, for sure.
For success.
Yes. For success, mine is the syntax matters. All of us are either wired for productivity or wired for R&R. So think of quality of life and then think of growth. Some of us are wired for growth and then we also do some quality of life. Some of us are wired for quality of life and also do some growth. The problem is the people that are focused on growth most, they tend to have a better quality of life. So that's why, so short term, yours, long term, mine.
Well, my point in this is a little bit different than Alan's. And again, you can have 2 points to an episode. It's not a big deal. Mine is when I get super overwhelmed, I try to convince myself that my comfort zone isn't actually my comfort zone. You know where I'm maybe the most comfortable, besides probably here on the microphones? At the gym. That's where I've spent thousands of hours at the gym. Thousands. But I convince myself that sleeping in, it's this cycle. I'm super stressed out. I need to sleep. I sleep in, I feel guilty because I slept in and I didn't go to the gym. Now I feel like shit because I slept in and I didn't go to the gym. And then the pillars just start. When you knock over 2 pillars that matter to you, it's really easy to just let the other ones fall. Super easy. And then eventually you get to a place where you're in enough discomfort and you say, oh my God, what is happening? Like, why am I fucking miserable? And that's exactly where this client is. That's exactly where this client is. And I'm telling you, it's 2 or 3 things. It's 2 or 3 things that are off kilter a little bit. Not massively, but I think that's how it happens. I think that's how it starts, at least.
I have a good metaphor.
Please.
A lot of people complain about paying taxes, and I understand why. But Jim Rohn has a great quote. He's a speaker, personal development speaker. He says, unless you want to ride your bike on the dirt instead of the sidewalk, you're going to have to pay some taxes. Someone has to pave the streets. Someone has to, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's an interesting metaphor. It's almost like all of us have a self-esteem tax. I had a fuck off time where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about my goals. I'm not going to worry about my dreams. I'm not going to worry about exercise. I'm not going to worry about, and I'm just going to drink and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to party. And I was at every frat. It took me a week and a half before I fucking hated myself.
Was that conscious? Did you consciously say, I'm going to turn it off?
Yeah, I wanted to try it. Because to me, I had always been such a quote unquote achiever. Straight A's in high school, 95 or above GPA, 8th in my class, graduate with high distinction, computer engineering, master's in business. I wanted to try it. It looked so fun. Mm-mm. the people that were fuck-offs, it just looked really fun. And I'm not trying to be unkind, but seriously, some people are fuck-offs. They just don't do anything productive. They just smoke weed and they drink and they just don't really care about their careers. And I wanted to try it. It was like a vacation for me. Be a tourist, but don't move in. Seriously, do not move in. I almost moved in. But anyways, so I tried it and I hated myself. So I think a good metaphor for everybody, as much as we all fucking can't stand this, we have a self-esteem tax. You can't just not exercise, not be a good partner, not be productive at work. You can't just like let everything go and neglect all your responsibilities and feel good about yourself. That's not a thing.
You can't expect to feel as good as you did.
Yeah. I think we all have a self-esteem tax. I think that's a really good metaphor.
I think that is. It is. And I think oftentimes it's covered in something that you don't think you want to do. You know when I don't like going to the gym? When I've been off and I haven't been going. You know when I love going? I am so excited to go to the gym. Like, that's what got me out of bed. It was like, it's chest day. It's chest day. No, I'm not going to go do chest day. I'm going to do the 90s today. What are we doing? Get out of bed.
You're in momentum, man. That's awesome. But there'll be a time 3 months from now where Kev's like, I can't go. I'm not feeling it. You have these runs.
Oh my God.
There goes your camera.
I'm here.
Kevin is
shit
still in the building.
I'm here. Here I come. Watch me. Ooh, there he is, baby. Sorry.
Maybe we do an episode at some point about that. You get on these runs where you're like, fuck yeah, gym, let's rock and roll, productivity, and then you hit this like new high, and then there's a part of you that, and again, I'm not just you, this is people. You hit a new level, and then you just need to go back for a little bit. I notice this, and I do this too.
I'm there. What? I'm at the new level.
You are?
Yeah, I don't want to go back. I don't want to slow down.
What's going to happen is that level's going to be a struggle because it comes with new responsibilities. And this is my prediction. There's a part of you that's going to be like, let's try the old level. Maybe old world was a little better.
I can't.
And then you go back and then you're like, screw this. And then it slingshots you forward.
There's too many obvious pings. I can't.
That's a very common cycle, brother. Like, I do go back to old world temporarily. Remember when I told you we stayed up till 3 a.m. watching that? Like, we're not going to do that again. This is human nature. Yeah. You let it ride. You ride the lightning.
But for me,
and
that's
then you pay the consequence.
That's like going to bed at 10:30. For me.
But still, it's all relative.
I know, but you'd never see that. That wouldn't.
The principle still applies. For me, that's like eating pizza again. I haven't eaten pizza. I'm done Domino's. Dude, I'm not joking.
I don't know how.
I have these Reese's thingies from Whole Foods that are, oh my God, I'll eat a whole box. The point is everyone is running this cycle, even though the standard is different.
Yeah.
And so,
good.
Yeah. Let's say some people get 8 hours of quality sleep per night. For some people, that would be unbelievable. For some people, that's the minimum.
Yeah.
For us, that's the bare minimum. Right? So it all depends on your standards, which depends on your goals, and that's a whole nother conversation.
I think of myself, for better or worse, I know we got to hop here in a minute, as kind of like a battering ram, where I'm not a super well-designed tool, you know? But if you need to slam something through the door, I got you. And that's kind of how I think of myself. Now, I'm not saying that's good or empowering. I don't know. But I don't know, bold statement, I don't know if I'm meant to be the guy who just optimizes for sleep. I don't know if I'm supposed to be him.
This is one of the things that we talked about off air is we're a good team. So what's a good partnership with a battering ram? Let's say a battering ram and something else has similar goals and similar core values. Because here's the thing, one of us has to be optimized. Imagine being a CEO. I'm kind of like a battering ram. It's like, dude, that would never work.
No, but people would like that. They'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but
that's cool.
What are you going to, what company is going to last with that?
Taco Bell, maybe.
No, man, no chance. Right. Like conscientiousness is a critical component of, I think that every company needs its own, all the different, like you have the battering ram, short-term profitability, get it done, but then you don't know how to scale. So we have our own strengths and weaknesses. That's another conversation. But what would be, if you're a battering ram, what am I?
Oh man, I feel like you're like a computer hacker. Like, you can somehow get it to happen without even being there. That. And somebody's literally taking me and swinging me very hard.
But after you barge down.
No, you don't even need me. You could just go without. You could just sneak in. But I'm somebody's slamming me against the door.
But imagine what a computer hacker could do with a battering ram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I imagine it. I do.
You are the best at getting stuff started, man. Best in the game. I'll give you that. Best in the game at getting it started. Cannot scale a fucking thing.
Nope. Don't know how. Don't know how. Don't want to either.
I'm being playful.
Don't want to.
You've gotten better.
Yeah, but I like doing it. I like doing the stuff. I like to know what's, like, what are you doing over there? If someone comes to fix something, what are you doing over there? Okay, I'm going to let you do your job. Okay, I won't look over your shoulder. All right, Next Level Nation, if you are looking for a battering ram and a computer hacker to help you with your podcast and you want to grow, scale, and monetize your podcast, the Next Level Podcast Accelerator is starting on October 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It is 12 weeks of coaching with myself, Alan, and Amy Lenius on the team, and it's amazing. And with the discount code NLU listener, you can use that at checkout. It ends up being like $24 a call. There's 3 coaches, 12 calls, $24 a call. It's the most affordable group coaching program I can imagine, and we really pour into it. So 12 hours of deep dive to grow, scale, and monetize your podcast.
You and I said this on a team huddle, and you said we can authentically say you have helped over 500 podcasters.
Yes.
Right. So you're going to have a coach who has helped over 500 podcasters. I've helped over 500 business owners for sure. And I don't know how many coaching calls Amy has at this point, but she's got hundreds, if not. Yeah, she's got hundreds. So Amy, myself, and Kevin, all in your corner to help you level up yourself, level up your podcast, level up your business for less than $25 per session. It is in 14 days, 22 hours, and 12 minutes. Book your slot now. Listen, good things come to those people who are courageous and take action. Kevin implements quickly. He would do this right now. I remember he signed up to a $2,000 program once on a credit card on a whim. And the point I'm making is you got to take action. You got to take action. This is worth it. You're going to make so much more in value long term than you invest in this program. You got to take action.
There you go. All right. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.